It's been a couple months since I built my custom PC. And whilst the process had its ups,
What the heck, man?
and downs,
I'm not really sure what I should try and do.
what matters most is that it performs exceptionally well. Except that performance is going to degrade over time unless I change my design. And to add the fix, I'm gonna have to wide body my PC. I know, how cool!
Like, I thought this should work, but like, that worked.
Today's video is sponsored by Bambu Lab and their A1 3D printer. More on that later. A couple months. I knew I could hold off for a couple months before it was essential to do something. Now, whilst I have had a niece stick her finger in one of the fans and get a rude surprise, the issue isn't with safety, it's actually with cooling. See, the CPU cooler will pump hot liquid through the pipes and then through the radiator. And after a couple months of use, these fans have filled that radiator with dust. If air can't pass over the metal fins because they're covered in dust, it's not going to effectively cool the CPU, leading to thermal throttling and a reduction in performance. Oh yeah, hot tip, you can use an electric mattress pump as a blower if you cover the tip with your finger like you would with a hose. So, I'm gonna have to make some custom filters for the radiator at the front and for the power supply at the side, which means we're going to increase the width of the power supply, so I'm gonna have to wide body my 3D printed design. I've bought some white polyester mesh, which is woven plastic. This is because I remember reading an article by Silverstone about PC fan filters, where they said that woven mesh has the best material to hole ratio, and that the strands of thread, being round, provide less air resistance than the common hole punched varieties. Now, I'm not going to know if this density of knit is going to be good until I test it, but I do know I need to stretch it tight. And you may be thinking what I'm thinking, and that is to create a fly screen for a mini window.
Yeah, like I thought this should work, but like, that worked. Okay, so it's actually the corners that are holding it snug.
Yeah, I reckon the third layout, how they make fly screens, right?
Oh, 3. That's the secret sauce. Actually doesn't feel any different to breathe through this than without. That's my scientific test. How breathable is it? That is gonna work. Oh my gosh. This just keeps getting more complicated. Every time I look at something, I realize there's another problem to fix. The power supply screws also go right through where the filter needs to go. So I can't slide a little filter in between the bolts. There's a lot more modeling to do than I was expecting.
Now, you might remember in my initial PC build video that my previous 3D printers kept failing. I wanted to do a long sweeping curve along the base, but it kept peeling up and warping from the support. So I eventually settled for a straight edge with a 45-degree angle that wouldn't require supports. But with today's sponsor Bambu Labs and their A1 3D printer, I'm hoping we can pull off the curved design. Especially because if I take this filament from Bambu Labs and load it into the AMS Lite, it's going to read an RFID tag inside the roll and load the optimal settings. Now on my computer, I can load up the problematic design, select the white PLA that we just loaded, choose a preset, and ensure supports are enabled for that curved base. The A1 then automatically levels the bed, tunes the motors for resonance at high speeds, and with a nozzle pressure sensor, adjusts the flow rate.
Bro, that's freaking good as.
Alrighty, so I've been learning plasticity, which is a new 3D modeling software because it can easily round and curve surfaces. Like I can fillet fillets and quite easily end up with a curvy shape. But to get the shape that's in my head, I'm going to widen the base panel by 20 millimeters to align with the power supply, and then freehand the curves into the existing design. Oh man, look at these curves. This is actually really freaking cool. Oh, dude. Yesterday didn't go to plan. Like all I want to do is just go wider. But trying to make these curves in plasticity, I just click one thing and it doesn't do what I thought it would do. Like what the frick is going on? How? How does that, like it obviously thinks this line wants to go out that way and that this line wants to go out that way. And so I can tell it, no, this is a straight line here. But then the problem is that then pinches the top and the bottom because it thinks that this join that they want to go the opposite direction. You know what I mean? I'm sure it's my fault. I mainly just use like CAD, so straight lines, and then maybe you round that straight line. And I'm trying to do this like nice flowing uniform shape. And so before I have a second crack, I'm going to make a filter for the power supply. How nice would it be if this just works? So layer 1, and the second layer, squish on inside. What? I was just guessing the tolerances, and that is actually pretty mad decent, eh? Some good news. Some good news. Well, not so fast there, Cam, because if I extend the bolts to add clearance for the filter between the grill and the power supply, the bolts block the filter from sliding in. So what if I designed a spacer that could slide a filter between two sets of bolts? Yeah. Bro, I've been cooking. I've got like multiple pieces. So I made some pass-through holes so that the bolts go through and then I can go into the original power supply mounting position. And since I've used the existing bolts to mount my spacer, I can't just like screw the metal faceplate on anymore. So what I did is I made a piece that screws in with the original screws so I don't lose them, but then creates new mounting holes for the metal faceplate. Now originally the plate was in this orientation, so from the front of the PC it angled downwards towards the back, but I wanted it to be like this. And so I recreated these mounting holes in the alignment for this orientation. So now it goes from the front of the PC and sweeps upwards. It's such a small detail, but it's something that I've wanted to change because of the flow of the PC from the front, which as you can see now, if you put on the original front piece, it doesn't line up anymore. We're going wider, which is why we need to do the wide body panels. This should be it. Make a sheet. Now use this line to bring it in, make it a bit curvier, and then these lines are to help it from not touching as it comes around the corner. And they lift it out. And if we go to this, I did it. That boy, this took so long. It took me a day to join my new sheet to the existing design because the ways I tried to do it just kept glitching and like deleting part of the model or just flat out refusing to acknowledge that the sheets were next to each other. Eventually I figured that if I just thicken the sheet and then pack out the gap and join it all together, I could just cut out the curve that I wanted. I made it wide. It's beautiful. Oh, I'm stoked. This is actually working out. Now I've patched in the screw holes that were at the front because although the fan naturally screws on to the radiator, I won't be able to fit a filter between the two. So I added screw holes on the back of my 3D printed part. So if I can suspend this from the radiator, there can be a gap to slide a filter. I did it! It's a filter. Why am I so like happy with a filter? I like made this from scratch. I'm stoked with the quality of this print. The only issue I found was that the front, one of the overhangs stuck to a support. Whilst raising the Z-axis offset may have fixed that part at the front, it may have resulted in the back peeling off the support whilst printing, causing the whole print to fail, like the curved base did on my previous printer. Dude, how freaking good! I thought I'll just do a quick, fitment check. Does it kind of wrap around and go in? I don't have the exact parts in, but I noticed a problem. There is a gap between the end and the power supply. And I'm looking at another 2 days of printing. I usually don't mind if there's a mistake, but when it delays by days, bro, I don't get it. I've just thrown my 3D model of the PC bare bones, and the power supply here, you can see even here it's they would be at least touching, right? So why is there a gap? So it turns out the slight gap is because there is a slight twist. As you can see, the bottom bolts, one's touching, the other one isn't. This seems to be caused by the middle fan. See, there's a bit of play in the screw holes, and I thought that when I mounted it, it would just align it all up. Now that it's square, it's a lot better, but the base keeps sagging down. I actually designed a bracket that would bolt onto the base and then into the back of the radiator so there wouldn't be any sag. But I forgot that in real life, there's actually pipes and cables all through here, so I can't fit a screwdriver. 20 minutes, we have a solution, couple little clips. Until the 2nd of December, you can get the Bambu Lab A1 3D printer for 439 Australian dollars. Or for 669 Australian dollars, you can chuck it in a combo with the AMS Lite for multi-filament management. Now, it's not always on sale. I've been recommending the A1 to my friends, saying it's sub 500 bucks, great value, and they're like, Cam, it's 640, what are you talking about? It's full price. So if you want to save 200 Australian dollars, click the link in the description below. Dude, I've done it. It was just fitment. Yeah, boy! You look sick. Yeah! Interestingly, the graphics card doesn't get dusty, and I wonder if it's because my air purifier happens to be blowing clean, dust-free air into the graphics card, whereas the radiator would be sucking dusty air from the outside window. So although dusting the fan blades is easy, it is good to have a simple filter that I can now clean, opposed to pulling apart the entire PC to dust the radiator. If you liked today's video, thumbs it, and then subscribe to not miss the next piece of electronics going into the desk. But before that project, I'm going to share with you my favorite tech and tools. Thank you for watching the whole video. Bye.